That breaking news, one of the men charged in an Omaha corruption scandal has changed his plea to guilty in federal court.
As part of a plea deal, Richie Gonzales has pled guilty to one count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud. The deal means the other charges against the retired OPD police captain will be dropped. And those charges include wire fraud, making false statements, and aiding and abetting honest services fraud. Gonzalez will remain behind bars. He'll be sentenced November 30th. His plea comes after former Omaha City Councilman Vinny Palermo pleaded guilty to a charge in the same case earlier this month.